Greetings, Twilight Struggle fans, and welcome back for week 2 of the new Action Round Zero right here on YouTube. Justin Abramson with you once again. 2023 ITSL All-Star Makis Bahtsevanis is coming right up, and we've got a real showdown for you today as the father of the up-and-coming Tibet opening, Alex Yoosup Lim of South Korea, takes on defending ITSL champion Tomáš Tvaroh. Alex is 2-2 so far in the young ITSL season, while Tomáš is playing his first game here today. And before we get into this one, I'd like to remind you that ARZ is for everybody. While in the past we have focused on elite players and household names, this year we'd like to broaden our scope and show games from all across the community. So if you're interested in having your game featured here on ARZ, please record your games as they happen and then send close or interesting games over to actionroundzero@gmail.com. We'll get some commentators assigned and get your game on the air. New platform, new format, same great Twilight Struggle. And now with that plug out of the way, let's turn to this key interdivisional clash from the Seattle Conference. So wherever you are in the world and whatever time it is for you, come on along with us as these two titans of the game go head-to-head here on Action Round Zero, Twilight Struggle's biggest stage. Now let's turn to Makis. Makis, I believe this is your ARZ debut, so welcome to the program. We're so glad you could join us. We are watching from Alex's side today. So tell me, what do you make of his opening hand, and what would you try to accomplish on turn one?
Hello, Justin. Hi. Alex's hand is pretty poor, I would say. Pretty low on ops. Maybe I would headline Europe as long as the US player doesn't marshal plan.
That'd be my inclination as well. Just try and get Europe out in the headline as long as we don't see Marshall. And then would you try the Iran coup? Or is this hand so bad that you'd try something else like maybe filling Iraq? What would you think about on AR1 here?
It's tricky. You could take the Iran coup. However, you only have 3 ops. You could go maybe fill Iraq as long as the opponent doesn't middle score in his headline. Would go Afghanistan. There are quite a few routes you could take. I don't think I would coup. I wouldn't have enough ops to do that and counter-attack later on.
Yeah, if you coup with a 3-op here, even if you hit on the roll, you've got very few ops to play with. But okay, Alex breathes a sigh of relief.
Exactly.
Does not see the Marshall opening. Tomáš is a pretty conservative by-the-book player, so goes with the 4-4-2. Olympic headline, and Tomáš wins the roll. No surprise there. Alex gets Europe out, and we'll see what he wants to do here turn one. Oh, going for a quick coup, and he misses on the roll. So it's exactly what you were talking about, Makis. He used a big op card. He missed, and now he's going to be behind in multiple regions.
I think he's here to better score Asia as soon as possible.
Yep. So my standard play if I were Tomáš would be to take back Iran and fill Pakistan and go 1 Malaysia. That would be my play. And if I were to see that as Alex, I would immediately dump Asia, as you said.
Exactly.
Alex without even a good space card here. So he may lose the race to space as well. Yeah, not a great start for Alex. The one saving grace of this hand is he does get CIA with his lack of access, so he should be able to get that out for free, no problem, late in the turn, without it hurting him too much once he scores Asia. Okay, and Tomáš will go with a big 4-op play. Iran. Oh, no, he goes Afghanistan. Interesting. Okay, to block off Pakistan. And I suspect Alex will go ahead and score Asia for even here.
For Asia. Makes sense, yes.
Yeah. Now, you could get 2 into South Korea, but I think you're probably better off just scoring and then using your limited ops to maybe focus on the Middle East, maybe try a West Germany poke late in the turn. It's just incredibly limited here, Alex. Alex with a tough turn one hand.
And he needs to get rid of CIA as soon as possible as well.
Indeed. Okay, Tomáš tries the first space shot. He misses. Now I suspect, yeah, that's fine. Iraq was important there.
It is.
Now, we've said multiple times how bad this turn one hand is, and indeed it is a bad hand, particularly when you roll a 2 on your opening coup. However, a bad turn one hand certainly doesn't decide the game. There's a lot of Twilight Struggle left.
Especially if you're a USSR, you can turn things around very quickly, especially in the early war.
Yep. What would be your play here, Makis? Would you try a Lebanon coup? Would you try and keep DEFCON high because you don't have access? Would you give CIA here? What do you like here?
I would probably coup Lebanon with Truman.
Yeah.
And then focus on Saudi. Tomáš will need to coup later on, just to get mill-ups.
Okay, yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I like the idea of cooing with Truman, and then maybe on AR5 or AR6 you could use Formosan to poke West Germany. Okay, well, Tomáš with a 4-op looks like he's probably going to take Thailand and maybe Libya as well. Sure enough. And yeah, Alex does not want to see. Does not want. Oh. Boy, I don't like that play at all from Alex. You roll a 5 or a 6, you're going to be real sorry about that. But Alex gets the perfect roll of 4, which is exactly what he'd hoped for.
Well, he had better hope Tomáš doesn't play Fidel now. Otherwise, he's in trouble.
Yep. We will see if that's what Tomáš does. I suspect that Tomáš would be turned off from doing that by that coup of Panama, but you never know. Wow, that was a risky play from Alex. But it worked out very well for him. The UN of Nasser is just going to, take Laos? No, third in Thailand, and now we'll give up CIA. Ugh. Painful turn one for Alex. Just 3 extra influence on the board, 2 in Iraq and 1 in South Korea. Meantime, Tomáš holds Iran, gets Afghanistan, Libya, and Egypt along with, not 2 VP because he's about to give up 2 VP to mill-ups. Ooh, and Tomáš goes Angola. What do you think about that? That as an inviting coup target. What are your thoughts on that, Makis?
I think it's a little early. Probably a little early to go to Angola from turn 1.
I agree. We'll see how it turns out for him. I would have gone. I think I would have gone Laos with my 1. But okay, Zaire and just 1 France. Okay, all right. Okay, this is a much better hand. We get Purge with Defectors, Destall. Duck and Cover, nice to have an R hand. That means we're getting a coup. Wow. So is this just a nice easy Purge headline?
Probably, yeah.
Yep, sure enough. So a 2-op coup in Africa, anything but a 1 here, and Alex, well, sure enough, there's his big roll when a 2 would have been fine.
That was unnecessary from Tomáš to go to Zaire and Angola.
Yeah.
He could wait a turn.
Yeah. Now, of course, with that roll would have flipped Libya or Iran, whichever one Alex went with. But, of course, Tomáš doesn't know that. So a little surprised he did that. But, okay. Now, I assume we're going to see destall from Alex pretty much immediately. What would your destall be here, Makis?
I would go Panama, Venezuela, Chile, maybe Nigeria, maybe France, if you're going to get a little bit more aggressive.
Any thought to Pakistan or India, or is that just too weird?
Yes, you can do that. Yes, yeah, absolutely. I think one should go there instead of France.
Yeah. Now, to be fair, we have not seen IP war. Oh,
right.
I don't like this. I would try and hold Defectors, and I destall here. I don't understand this.
I would too.
I don't understand that play from Alex. He goes one Saudi, one South Korea. That the placement of the ops makes sense. I just don't understand why we wouldn't destall first, and why we'd want to give up defectors. I like the idea of giving special, spacing duck, and holding defectors. But okay, we're getting dominated in the Middle East. If Tomáš has Middle East, we're getting dominated, and that is just our lives. So I would focus on destalling and try and make some inroads in the mid-war regions.
Yeah.
But we had Korean War in our hands. South Korea had to be taken, so Alex took it. Maybe Alex delayed his destall a little bit because he was worried about having destall fuel, but he's got 5 in Zaire. Could have easily gone 1 Finland, 2 or 3 Zaire, and 1 out of East Germany or Poland. I think it would have been fine.
Maybe he wants to save destall for the late war for turn 3.
Yeah, maybe he wants to, because I would think that Alex would want to space something here, hold one of the bad U.S. cards, and destall early. Now, there's no huge rush on destall because you've knocked U.S. out of Panama, but still, okay, yeah. And there goes Tomáš. So he's going to force the Nigeria question right now.
Okay. There is destall.
Yep.
He will go Nigeria then.
Yep, and that was your initial play, which I think is fine. Less of an immediate threat, but because France or India would have been a bigger threat, but that at least locks up a battleground in the short term. And then Makis, sorry, I put the accent on the wrong syllable. I apologize. Makis, what would your play be on AR5 and 6 here? I assume you would want to space, and if so, would you space duck or special? Knowing that obviously duck is the worst card, but holding it to turn 3 means you definitely get a coup next turn.
I would space duck. I don't like holding Defcon cards in my hand.
Yep.
I would definitely play event blockade, just in case Tomáš has decall.
And there goes Sock Gov. So Sock Gov's being evented is a little weird.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not.
I think he definitely has decall.
Yeah. What did Tomáš space? I would. Yeah, I definitely hold special. Ooh. Okay. Now to be fair, Tomáš saw blockade in Alex's hand last turn when he had CIA. So, but Alex was really worried about that Iraq poke. So he overprotects it. Now we'll see what Tomáš has. As Tomáš already spaced and missed, so I really don't think he has decall unless he spaced that. He spaced that.
Didn't see what he spaced, to be honest.
Yeah, I missed that. So sorry, folks. So if you're Tomáš, and you've got a 3-op, now we have not seen IP War. So I think an IP War event makes sense here. Or, okay, well, big old 4-op play. This should be Pakistan and India. And I would okay, want to take Europe Dom. Okay, a 4th in Thailand says he's definitely not holding on to decall. So we're going to see decall right here, turn 3. Who's going to get it? It's going to be Alex. Okay, some pretty nice redraws here.
Also got Middle East.
Yep, Alex not happy to have Middle East, but Tomáš gets, as you can see, thank you to Anton Scott, new head of ARZ, for showing us the known cards: NORAD, AI War, IP War, and Captured Nazi Scientists. So those are so IP War is certainly an important card that Alex would have liked to have, but Alex very happy to get decall and will make that trade 100 times out of 100.
Would he trade the coup for France? I wonder.
Oh man. Oh,
Uh,
defectors. Defectors redraw. That's why I like holding
yeah, it's
defectors.
what we said. Me too.
Yeah, I don't know. I might have headlined Middle East hoping to see defectors, but now I guess with Middle East known in my hand, maybe I'd just take a shot at Libya instead of Angola. Because yeah, you were the question you were asking was the right. It's a moot point now, but worth coming back to. Makis is would you take France and give up the coup? I don't know that I would in this situation. I don't have a war in my hand to get milops with, and I risk a big number or even a medium-sized number in Venezuela flipping over two battlegrounds in South America. That's too big a risk for my taste.
It is, yeah.
What would you do? Would you have flipped France, assuming we hadn't seen defectors?
Uh, it's a risk. It's a risk. From one hand, you don't have to worry about Europe anymore until late war, I guess. And on the other hand, you lose half of South America.
Half of South America and potential. Well,
Maybe I would.
not 4 points on Milops because Tomáš does have IP war, but at least two. Because although no, you can. Never mind. Never mind. I'm sorry. I keep saying wrong things because of course Tomáš could coup Saharan states and get his Milops that way.
Hmm. Well, it's what you think worth more. Do you think having a strong presence in Europe is worth more than Venezuela and Brazil? I mean, some people would think so.
Yeah, yeah, and it's a fair question. I personally would probably at this stage with South America as weak as it is would just say okay, Europe's probably a loss. Maybe I'd even try and hold De Gaulle till next turn. Yeah, Alex says things are looking grim. Alex is well behind in all three early war regions, but he's ahead in the mid-war regions. So this thing nowhere near over yet. I'd rather be Tomáš, but this certainly isn't over.
I would do. As the USSR player, you need to have secured at least two of the three early war regions.
Yep. Now I'd rather. I think I would like to see Alex spread out so he doesn't get realigned out of South America. Now Tomáš is not the type of player who likes to try those Hail Mary realigns. But yeah, I spread out once, score Middle East, and then spend the rest of your ops filling up South America, and hope that scoring comes before the U.S. can get any cards to contest it. Ooh, and that's a big redraw for Tomáš there. So, yep. And again, that defector's redraw rears its ugly head.
Comes back to bite him. Yeah.
Okay, so Alex spreads out in South America. He's got 5 ops left. I doubt with Europe scored he is going to worry about spacing either of these cards. So I think you just put all 5 of these in South America. That is what I would do. What would I
think he will. He only has. Yeah, you're going to get established in South America before Tomáš would probably get Voice of America and kick him out.
Yeah, 100%. So I think this is the right play, and then we should see IP
I would put
war.
one. I would put one in Venezuela there.
Yeah. So you would have put one in Venezuela over the third in Chile.
Yeah. Yeah. I would put one in Panama and Venezuela to be honest.
Okay. So you put a third in
Chile,
Panama,
just with one.
a third in Chile, and then leave. A third in Venezuela and leave Chile at 1. Yeah, that makes sense too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here we are, turn 4, and a not good hand at all here for Alex. However, he does get Brezhnev. So, South African does give him Dom in the headline. To be honest,
I would get rid of OAS that way.
Yep. know why you spaced AI war. I guess. Oh, wow. Bert the Turtle there. Takes DEFCON down. Okay, well, now Alex is free to score Africa Dom. Nope, he's going to get a little greedy here. What would you do here? Would you take South Africa, or would you just go ahead and score?
I would score straight away. I mean, 1 VP, that won't change the situation.
Yeah, that was my thinking as well. Plus, I'm also thinking about a mid-turn Brezhnev here with this terrible hand.
Could do that, yes. Mm-hmm.
So this should be Mexico and something else. That's fine. Now Africa. Okay, Alex does get the extra VP.
He should event that as soon as possible before Nasser comes back.
That's right. We did see Nasser UN, I believe. Okay, so that's spaced, and see, yeah, Sadat. Okay, yep, and so Alex hits the roll. No need to space Sadat. I would have liked to see Brezhnev triggered to deal with these bad one-ops, but I guess we're going to hold OAS now, or perhaps event Salt. Although I don't know what there is to pick up. I assume this just refills Libya and Iran. This is a pretty saturated board here for turn 4. Every battleground accounted for except for Cuba and Saudi. Oh, okay. Tomáš wanting to get some points.
Getting ready for the Southeast scoring.
Okay. So Alex misses on the coup. Tomáš can get mill-ops if he so desires by cooing Botswana. That's very interesting. Okay, so he gets the coup, but I'm surprised by that one small step. Tomáš spaced very quickly this turn with one small step in his hand, and both players at the first space shot. I would have thought when you have one small step there, you would try to get your opponent to space first. But both players hit their rolls.
Has hoarded all the 4-ups.
Yes, indeed. So what's the play? OAS is really bad here. You don't want to give it up. It's a big spender.
I would salt here, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind salting, and then you could hold Brezhnev and OAS or hold what you salt for. Now, no power cards in the discard. I'm not sure what Cameroon does for us with Africa scored. Wow. Okay. Well, I understand now why Tomáš decided he had to space right away, even with one small step in his hand, because his hand was not a terrible hand, and actually quite a high ops hand, but a very red hand. Okay, so Alex decides not to trigger Salt, given his lead in the mid-war regions, wants to keep South America pretty well locked down. And there goes Libya and one in Mexico. Okay, so Alex down 7 VPs, but if he gets his scorings, and that is not his scoring, but he does get 3 4-ops.
It's Nasser back.
Yep, 3 4-ops. He does get Nasser.
I don't know if it's worth it to play how. Yeah, that's what I would do. How I learned.
You're going to set
Four and then
DEFCON to
maybe coup
4.
Pakistan. But then again, he can always get Tomas can always get Taiwan
Yeah.
and still dominate.
Okay.
And then coup Pakistan.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're going to take a China card, coup. Okay, he hits the roll to stop Asia Dom. And
He
now
gets
I
it.
guess we have 3 4-ops.
I mean, if I were Tomas, I would just I would get Taiwan here.
Yeah, so he can take Taiwan, or he may take a coup in South America, given that he is controlled there. We'll see. Alex really needs to get out of this scoring. Now we have seen IP War. IP War is in the discard. We've not seen Brush. Oh, Tomáš going to take a coup. Okay. And yeah, so Alex can refill, and it was going to go 1 Taiwan. Okay, very good play there by Alex. So he maintains South America control, and it's going to make Tomáš have a 4-op to fill Taiwan. Meantime, space looms large. Both players are at the second space slot. Okay, Tomáš tries and he hits the roll. Alex is going to dump Asia, give him another VP. Yeah, boy, Alex just needs South America scoring to come in the worst way. I mean, envision this board. So envision South America coming.
Does desperately.
Yeah. So if South America comes and then Alex gets off Nasser, flips Egypt, all of a sudden Middle East is even. Alex comfortably dominates Africa, controls South America. This thing is almost an even game. Now, obviously, Southeast Asia looms. So Tomáš well ahead, but man, Alex needs this scoring and he needs it to come before Southeast Asia.
Alex needs some good hands coming up. I mean, he needs those power cards. He desperately needs them.
So still have not seen Junta, have not seen ABM, have not seen Brush. Little confused by Paraguay there instead of Uruguay from Tomáš.
Correct.
At this point, Alex, oftentimes players will say, well, domination in Central America is just 2 VPs, not that important. Could be really important here with Southeast Asia sitting there at 8. So a Central America domination plus Southeast Asia is GG here. Okay, 1 VP. This should be a coup of El Salvador, and it is. Oh, well, El Salvador looks very blue. They like their McDonald's hamburgers, it would seem. Okay, Alex had a very high ops hand this turn, and he's trying to take full advantage of it, hoping that Tomáš does not have a 3 to refill Mexico. Oh, and he does. So I wonder, will we see a poke here with nuke subs? Yeah, we sure will. We'll see if Tomáš has the scoring. He does not. Okay, Che, a very good event. I think probably Colombia here would be my play. Colombia seems fine. It's brush protection for both Panama and Venezuela. I don't know why El Salvador. I like Colombia for brush. But what about you, Makis? What would have been your brush target there? Makis, I can't hear you. Sorry, folks, having some technical difficulties. Makis, I am not able to hear you at the moment. Okay, sorry about that, folks. Makis, I can hear you now. So, cultural pulls back China, and hey, Makis.
Yeah, my video feed is way ahead of your commentary. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. Sorry about that. So here we are. Alex has to give up flower power to missile envy. Yeah, I can hear you. Has to give up flower power to missile envy, but the coup rolls a 1. It was an anything but a 1, and Alex is able to refill. Yep, I can hear you, Makis.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
I can. Sorry, folks. Apologize for these technical difficulties. I'm going to stop for just a moment.
I think the video and your commentary are not synchronized.
Okay. Hold on just 1 second, folks. Makis? Makis, can you hear me now?
Can you hear me? I can hear you. Yes, it's the video. It's coming up way ahead of your commentary.
Okay, yeah. So I left and came back in. I'm hoping that'll fix the issue, folks. I apologize for the technical issues. We are just working out the kinks of this new ARZ system. So, Makis, are you able to see the board now?
I can. Yes.
Okay. We will continue. I'm just going to play the video. So what happened here is Missile Envy, Tomáš headline Missile Envy, that pulled flower power. He tried a coup on Argentina, which rolled a 1. And then at that point, Alex was able to take it back. Then Tomáš tried ABM. That was that only rolled a 3 in Argentina, so Alex took that back as well, or is taking it back now. And here we are, Alex with the scoring in his hand, desperate to get it off and get back in this game.
Okay. It's good that he got South America at round 6. It can come back later in the game, which he needs desperately.
Yes. So there goes Nixon. That's not going to be enough to stop South control. It will take domination. Okay, and Alex really doesn't want to allow this central domination, so he gives up the 1 VP of Camp David.
It's only 2 VPs, though, isn't it? Or is it 3 VPs?
So the domination itself is 2. He is up 1 battleground and has both Mexico and Cuba, so total would be 3.
No, 3, yeah.
I suspect if Tomáš had brush, we would have already seen it either on Panama if he has Central or Venezuela if he does not. So I doubt that Tomáš has brush, and I suspect if he had Junta, we would have seen that headlined.
Correct. Good that Alex got UN. He can get rid of OAS.
Yep. Can UN and OAS?
Or he can choose to save 5-year plan. Or he can choose to save 5-year plan and get rid of a nasty scoring card. Turn 7.
Oh, yes, that makes way more sense. You're absolutely right. You hold on a 5-year plan, hope that you draw Southeast Asia, and then it's gone forever.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, OAS will be annoying here, but not devastating by any means with South America scored and Central America overprotected. Tomáš going for headline peak. He'll hit the roll. Alex does get Nasser off, so we'll see if Tomáš refills Egypt immediately. Muslim Revolution is in the discard pile. Ooh, Grain pulling 5-year plan. Okay, so perhaps Tomáš was a little concerned about 5-year plan dumping Southeast Asia this turn. Wants to make sure Alex can't hold anything to next turn. Yeah, Missile Envy, which pulled a red for ABM. Grain. Oh, yeah, this is a pretty good hand from Tomáš. What would you do here, Makis? Would you just retake Egypt?
I would, yeah.
I think that's what I'd do as well. Whatever. 5-year plan is the card I would least want to have pulled with Grain here, certainly. But yeah, I think 2 Egypt is fine. Oh, he's just going to trigger it. Wow. That's a little surprising. Boy, I don't know, Makis. I would have taken the ops, I think, because Alex at this point is not even going to have to miss an AR because he played China.
Did, yeah.
Yeah, and of course and what Alex is saying is absolutely right. That could have Alex could have Southeast Asia, and he's able to dump it here. Wow. And CIA is gone, so it's not that he's hoping to force a DEFCON victory.
Maybe he got a little greedy here.
Yeah.
Tomáš.
This, I think, maybe is just 2 Panama, and then Alex can just fix that with UN. Okay, gonna take Dom. Okay, takes Guatemala back instead of risking a potential 1 there. And there is Central. Okay, so after all that, he doesn't get the Dom off. Now Southeast Asia, the only scoring left. I think I'd space the Pope here. But there are more important things. Oh no, you got to take Egypt. Yeah, I guess you're giving.
No, I think I would take Egypt. Yeah,
you're right. You're right. That's a better play. Okay, so maybe
behind on the board, I think.
Yeah.
he can afford to leave Poland.
So perhaps Tomáš was hoping to hit Kennedy with gunman in his hand. Okay, and sure enough, Alex gets a bunch of low op crap, redraws Europe, and here's Southeast Asia. Meantime, Tomáš, again, thank you to Anton for outlining what cards are there, but he gets Astronaut and a great hand here. You can just Astronaut to get rid of gunmen. He gets Junta as a nice headline. Yeah, this is a disaster here for Alex.
He can get rid of gunmen now.
Yeah, so Astronaut can get rid of gunmen, Portuguese, but he's got 4 neutral cards, all of which are good to have in hand. Panama Canal is not really going to do much of anything. Meantime, Alex has to give Southeast and Europe, and of course, Brush cannot be used in Italy because NATO's in effect, and it could be used on Thailand, but that would require a 6. Woof. Tough spot to be in if you're Alex.
Maybe I would if I were Alex, maybe I would quagmire and then poke Germany. This way, I would just escape Europe.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. But he went with Libs instead to attack Central.
Not sure how wise that is.
Yeah, Quagmire might have been better there. Of course, you don't have a good poke card. You would have had a poke with Liberation, I guess. Oh, no, you could poke with Shuttle. Never mind. You could poke with Shuttle. Yeah, and there's NTB. And so, again, Alex knew he
didn't use Brush on Italy.
And Tomáš does not realize NATO's in effect. So perhaps a mistake there by Tomáš taking Portugal. So Alex would love to brush Italy, but he cannot do so.
That'll be a 16 VP lead for Tomáš. Things are getting a little out of hand.
Yep. 16 VPs plus maybe 3 more if he's able to hit a space roll. I wonder if Alex is just trying to bide time here, then maybe hit him with Quag and hope that Tomáš misses a bunch of rolls. I would ignore that if I were Tomáš and just go ahead and Kennedy. Who cares if Alex redrew Central and he gets it off for 0?
Yeah.
Takes Greece as well. Again, Tomáš does not understand. Yeah. Tomáš is not going to feel too great about that once he realizes that NATO is in effect.
He hasn't seen that NATO is active, obviously.
So, good reminder, folks, that even the very best in the world make mistakes sometimes. Tomáš is needlessly burned.
What I would do now is just event Quagmire.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. You hope that you see some Quagmire misses. Or at least one, then you can get out of Europe. You can't really poke with Voice of America.
Exactly.
Alex missed the brush war anyway. Tomáš going to get his mill ops.
He's just delaying the inevitable here, yep. Alex.
Yep. Okay, gonna Quag, but Okay. Hopes that, yeah, Alex misses a couple, that Tomáš misses 2 rolls. Yeah. Yeah. Was going to hope that he missed 2 rolls and had to get rid of Ask Not. And now Europe is 5. So yeah, Alex now going to be down. Looks like 16. This should be Kennedy right here. I think it's just a 1-card discard. You could get cute. You could get cute and play China, hold both Ask Not and Gunman to next turn. But given the big VP lead we're about to have, I don't think that's necessary.
Mm-hmm.
Now, obviously, there is the Ortega question. Tomáš is in Cuba, and Ortega is not spaceable. Yep.
Yeah, I would not give away China right now.
No. I would hold on to China. I would use Ask Not. I'd get rid of Panama and Gunman and worry about Ortega when it comes. We do have Headline Peak, so good chance we can get out of Ortega even if we do get it. We'll also have a nice handy 16 VP lead, which might help us end the game sooner rather than later as well. Wow, arms race. Yeah, that's... I don't... It's a little confusing. So good play by Alex, hanging on to blockade. But still not quite as good because he just had to give up Europe. Oh, and he's just okay. So that is the plan. He's going to give up China.
Didn't hold on to Europe scoring though.
Yep. And now there goes Southeast. Alex did not get to space. So this will presumably be Panama, probably for the event. And then he's going to hold Ask Not and Gunman to turn 8. And there's terrorism. Tomáš with Headline Peak. No! All right, sorry, Makis. Ask Not and Gunman. My thinking was you headline terrorism. That forces Tomáš to headline Kennedy so that terrorism doesn't hit it, right? And then if potentially Kennedy could draw Ortega. Or maybe even, like, I don't know. What were your thoughts on that? I really don't like Fidel here.
Yeah.
I'm very surprised that Alex would let him out of Ortega. Now, perhaps Alex is under the impression that he can still win this game on the board. With Fidel... Fidel does give him Central Dom. So let's live in a fantasy world for a moment and say, okay, let's say Central scores for, call it 4, South scores for 8, and Africa for another 6. So that's 18. That would put Alex ahead on the VP track. Gunman, Korean War. Oh, wow, that was a really nice Kennedy hand for Tomáš. Okay, not good enough on the coup. Now, yeah, if Middle East and Asia don't come back, Alex still neutral on those regions. So if he can get 3 DOMs off. Now this could just be war games and we're done.
I still don't think he can win it on the board.
Yeah,
board it's It's early until turn 10.
Yeah, I would have rather headlined terrorism and forced a tough decision from Tomáš. My thinking was you headline terrorism. Tomáš headlines Kennedy. He gets rid of gunmen. He draws Ortega. Ortega is now not spaceable. We coup AR1, and Tomáš is sitting there with Ortega in his hand, not able to hold a card, and maybe we sneak out a win that way.
Sure.
But now Ortega is free, and so there's no more chances on DEFCON. Fidel seemed like a right choice, but I just removed my only path for DEFCON. Yep.
Pretty big if. It's still turn 8. If it was turn 10 or even turn 9, he would have a bigger chance.
Yeah. So Alex needs to hope now that Tomáš clearly doesn't have war games. Alex is just going to hope that he's got a fistful of mid-war scorings, and then Alex can pick up some VPs here. Okay, so Tomáš here
Really thinking about it.
is thinking very hard about this play. He is not a great hand here for Alex, but Alex can space VOA, and if he hits it and Tomáš does not space, tear down. Okay, well, the event wasn't going to do a ton. Just got to retake Libya. Yep, got a space voice. Will Alex hit it? He will. Okay, so he'll put the question to Tomáš here, whether Tomáš wants to space. And it is instructive that Kitchen is not active here. So despite Alex being behind by 16 VPs, Kitchen is not active. He also has 2 dominations and a control to Tomáš's 1 domination. So this game is not over. I'd much, much, much rather be Tomáš, but the game is not over yet. But Alex needs his scorings in a hurry. Tomáš probably was Tomáš was hoping to get a bad scoring here.
Hear me.
I'm sorry, what was that, Makis? Okay. And there goes Star Wars for the event to pull VOA. Oh, okay. And that just threatens to win the game right away. Yeah, Alex is going to have to use China here. Yeah, that's that. Sorry about that, Makis.
You hear me now?
Yep, I can hear you now. So Tomáš used Star Wars to pull VOA. VOA then took 2 out of Egypt and 2 out of the Middle East, setting up a domination. In fact, a presence-less domination.
You hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah, that would have been a presenceless domination there for Alex. Or, excuse me, for Tomáš, and enough to win the game. And so Alex needed to spend 4 ops, and he didn't have a 4, so he had to give up China, which I'm sure he didn't want to do. Oh, Tomáš just going to jam. And Alex going to pick up 3 VPs. So even if he does give up the Middle East down, the game is not over. Picks up 3 VPs from one small step. Tomáš playing like a man who has Middle East here. There goes Middle East. 4 more VPs for Tomáš. Alex going to take that back, get Tomáš to 18. There goes OPEC to potentially get him to 19, and he gets it. So Tomáš just 1 VP away now.
19.
Yep, just 1 VP. Got to give South African, doesn't do a ton right here. Certainly this will be a coup. Chernobyl, jam something. Jam something in an unscored region. Jam something in an unscored region. Okay, I would have just jammed, I guess, but that's fine. It looks like Makis we had a little bit of a technical issue with Makis, so sorry about that. So we have lost him. Issue may be on my end. I'm not even sure. Something with the video not corresponding to my voice, so Makis couldn't really help. So sorry about that, folks. And here we go. So Asia, good for Tomáš. Central America, bad for Tomáš. Aldrich, probably the headline here. And Grain. So Aldrich. Okay, and there's War Games. So this has to be War Games. And will Aldrich pull Asia? No, it'll pull II War. I wonder if he'll just try the war and see if that will win it here. This is probably just a coup in Africa, I would imagine. Tomáš still thinking about it here. I think I think a coup in Africa is probably fine with a 2-hop. Plus, this is a good card to make sure that Alex can't trigger. Yep, coup in Nigeria hits the roll. And Alex repairs Asia. And he has to give EEU, which is painful. But Europe has already scored. And we'll see if Tomáš has a VP anywhere. Well, we saw his hand. China, just going to jam. Yep. And Alex cannot do anything about that except score central. But still, 5 will be enough. Okay, this one looks to be over. Five-year plan. Not going to invent it this time. Alex knows Tomáš's hand, so I think he knows that there are no good scorings coming. Asia at this point, I believe, is 7. And they are they're talking about this now. Okay, so folks, that is going to do it for this game on Action Round 0. Thank you so much for watching as Tomáš Tvaroh triumphs over Alex Yoosup Lim in turn 9. The method to be determined still. But thank you to Makis for joining in on the commentary. I apologize to you all and to Makis for the technical issues that we had. But I hope you guys still enjoyed this game as much as we enjoyed bringing it home to you. We will be back next week with more Twilight Struggle. And we continue to look for more games to broadcast to the community. So please, if you are interested in playing on ARZ, if you have a fun game, an interesting game that you would like some commentators to give feedback on, please send it on through. We'll get some commentary on it, and we'll get it on the air for you. Okay, so still just waiting for these guys to finish up their game. Alex, I have somewhere to be. I'm sure the community has somewhere to be as well.
If I'm heard, I just want to say thank you for having me.
Oh, I can hear you now.
Justin.
Makis. Makis.
Hopefully next time it will be better.
Yeah. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry we had the technical issues. We'll work those out beforehand next time. And thank you so much for joining in.
I seem to have like a 30-second delay.
I'm not sure how that happened.
I seem to have like a 30-second delay at least.
All right, folks, we're going to go to the end here. Okay, and there we go. Alex played Asia scoring, turn 4, so a turn 9 VP track victory. That will do it for us here at Action Round 0. We hope you enjoyed this game as much as we enjoyed bringing it home to you. So for Makis, Bahtsevanis, this is Justin Abramson saying so long for just a while. That was fun, but now it's done.
I heard a young father, a very prominent young man in the entertainment world, addressing a tremendous gathering in California. It was during the time of the Cold War, and communism and our own way of life were very much in people's minds, and he was speaking to that subject. And suddenly, though, I heard him say, "I love my little girls more than anything," and I said to myself, "Oh no, don't say that." But I had underestimated him. He went on, "I would rather see my little girls die now, still believing in God, than have them grow up under communism and one day die no longer believing in God." And thereby remove yourself from the struggle between right and wrong.